The BINAN Tatakgel Arellano Chiefs taking on the DASMARINAS City Monarchs here to open things up in our Wednesday triple header. Magandang tanghali mga kaliga. The name is Nico Aaron, and of course joining me is Alfonso Galvez and Fiona Bacani. We'll hear more from her in a bit. Ngayon Alfonso, good to be working with you for the first time, brother. Now, BINAN versus DASMARINAS. Good start to our Wednesday triple header.
Yes, both teams currently at the top of the standings. We're gonna have a triple header today, pero magfo-focus muna tayo sa first game. Both teams wanting to end round 1 on a high.
Yeah, so speaking of ending on a high note, both BINAN and DASMARINAS, they've been on a solid start so far. Both with 5 wins each. As we see in our team standings, DASMARINAS, there you have 5 straight wins. Wala pang talo. Itong Monarchs, sunod naman dyan. Ang kalaban nila ngayon. BINAN, it is 5-1. And then Pasay, Quezon, Negros, Marikina, San Juan, and Caloocan. So, kita natin dito points from 1 to 4. Very close matches.
Yes, we're now down to 2 game days before the end of round 1. So it's gonna be an exciting race para makuha yung rank number 1 at the end of the round. So BINAN, just a trivia for you all, they dealt Quezon last year their first loss in the same arena. So let's see if that would be repeated today against the undefeated DASMARINAS Monarchs.
Yeah, that's very interesting nga Pons. Kaya kita, let's see how this plays out this afternoon. Pero tignan muna natin, balikan natin yung previous game nitong BINAN Tatakgel against Caloocan. It was a solid performance from them all around.
That is correct. In the last game, BINAN dealt Caloocan a 3-set loss rather, and magkasunod yun, 2 days straight, BINAN defeated Marikina in 3 sets as well. So it's a very dominant performance as we could look at the statistics, more than doubling the offense of Caloocan. Blocks 8-1, aces 6-1, so it's a very dominant past couple of games for BINAN.
Yeah, good performance there, and they did that on the road against Caloocan. So ngayon naman, let's go to the other side of the fence, Pons. Let's talk about the previous game of the DASMARINAS Monarchs. We know this team, solid start. They've been solid from start to finish. Against San Juan, they dropped the set for the first time, but nonetheless, the resilience pinakita nila dito.
Yes, that is correct. That is the first time na natalo ang DASMARINAS ng isang set in their 5-0 run. But also, we could consider that the second stringers stepped up in that game. Hindi naglaro yung mga ate, but the youngsters played well, still dominated, proving that the system that this team has, made up mostly of NU players, are very intact.
Yeah, speaking of intact, kaya ang ganda ng abangan natin dito, Pons. BINAN and DASMARINAS. Ngayon naman sa mga hindi makakasama dito sa ating venue, don't worry because we got you covered. You could catch all the games live and free exclusively on pusopi.com. Your game, your community. Join now. Syempre, that is powered by Smart, the official telco partner of the MPVA. Special thanks to our media partners, Smart Sports and Puso Pilipinas. So, mga kaliga, kapit lang po kayo because we are starting our triple header on a high note. It is BINAN taking on DASMARINAS, looking to finish round 1 very strong points. Both of these teams, we know, when you have 2 young squads in their prime, it's gonna be good volleyball.
Yes, these teams are mostly collegiate yung core. So, iba yung competitiveness na makita natin from these squads. One from the UAAP, one from the NCAA. Very exciting.
Okay, kaya pagbabalik natin, let's turn you over to our venue announcer for the starting lineups.
Second referee, Mr. Daniel Gulon. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is the second season of Manny Pacquiao's Maharlika Pilipinas Volleyball Association, ang Liga para sa lahat. This is the first match of our triple header game, a game between BINAN Tatagel Arellano Lady Chiefs versus Dasmarinas City Monarchs. And now let's meet the starting six for both teams. First is for your BINAN Tatagel Arellano Lady Chiefs. They are led by their middle blocker number 2, Samantha Tira. Setter number 4, Sheena Cafe. Outside hitter number 7, Laika Tudlasan. Opposite hitter number 10, Marian Padillon. Another outside hitter, number 14, Hart Villaflores. Middle blocker, number 16, Kaislyn Kutzalan. And their first libero, number 6, Kailang Pablo. Together with their head coach, Coach Obed Javier. And now the opposing team, Dasmarinas City Monarchs. They're led by their team captain, number 13, setter, Camila Lamina. Outside hitter, number 1, Natasha Bombita. Opposite hitter, number 8, Jocelyn Salazar. Middle blocker, number 10, Alexa Mata. Middle blocker, number 17, Minerva Maaya. Number 19, outside hitter, Celine March. And their first libero, number 5, Shaira Javier. They'll lead with their head coach, Coach Regine Diego. This is the second season of Monipacquiao's Maharlika Pilipinas Volleyball Association, ang liga para sa lahat. Players that start are set number 1.
Of course, Hart Villaflores, one of the keys para dito sa BINAN, looking to give Dasmarinas their first loss, but tall task ahead, Celine Marsh, nagbabalik para dito sa Monarchs. A lot of action here as we are about to begin our opening set. Magandang tanghali sa inyong lahat. Nico Aaron alongside Alfonso Galvez and Fiona Bacani. We'll hear from her in a bit. It is our Wednesday triple header from the shoe capital of the Philippines here in the beautiful Marikina City. Both teams at the top of the standings, BINAN and Dasmarinas, both with 5 wins apiece. And who will come on top today? Service ace agad para dito sa Dasmarinas.
Camila Lamina reintroducing herself. The past game, it was Pono who did the playmaking and the captain duties for Dasmarinas. But team captain Lamina is back in action today for Dasma.
Good sign yan para sa Dasmarinas, no, Pons? I mean, their young ones have been able to step up, but to have your team captain back in Lamina, all the more confidence this young group has.
That's correct. Minsan yung presence mo lang, it's enough to lift the confidence of the team.
Ito na, Camila Lamina again at the service line. Strong start here. 2 points for Dasmarinas. Another ace.
Of the 3 points of Dasmarinas, 2 are credited to Camila Lamina and this heavy float serve. Villa Flores unable to handle that serve.
And knowing itong Binyan Fonsa, no? Especially sa Villa Flores and the like, they're good at receiving that first serve, but with the service of Lamina, nabibigla sila dito.
Yes, but this time they had a good reception. That's why they were able to use the services of tira-tira right away, because when you have a good pass, you could definitely execute those plays.
Now the bounce. Ngayon, Pons, I want to know from your perspective, both of these teams, they've started strong sa season, no? Pero kanino mas importante na mas malakas yung start nila in this first set? Would it be Binyan or would it be Dasmarinas?
I think both teams are coming off of a high. So, makakonsider natin itong set na to really be a tight one.
Yeah.
Given na parehong may momentum sa dalawang teams natin. So we see Bombita with a block right there. In the first 5 points, nakakailang blocks na rin ang Dasmarinas. So both their services and blocking are working. Take a look at this. Great timing. Nakapayong talaga si Bombita in that instance.
And Celine Marsh, nagbabalik din para dito sa Dasmarinas. Another one of their ates putting herself on the board quickly.
Celine Marsh, also one of the top scorers nung unang mga laro nitong Dasmarinas. And it's good to see her once again in the floor.
Marsh back again at the service line. Picked up there by Binyan. Marsh down the line attack, but that is too strong. Point goes to Binyan.
A little too strong with that attack from Marsh, but it's good na ginagamit agad rin nila Mina itong back row offense nitong Dasmarinas.
Importante talaga yun, Pons, ano? You activate your back row offense early. Especially pag meron kang Celine Marsh. Bombita off the tip of the blockers. Point goes to Dasmarinas.
And that's correct. Umpisa pa lang, binabari na ni Lamina yung sets niya, making her offense unpredictable and hard to read.
Yeah. Yun yung nakakatakot din dito sa Dasmarinas, Pons, ano? That unpredictability. But we've seen Binyan, they've withstanded a lot of good teams as well. That's why they're top 2 in the rankings. Dig there by Villa Flores. That is out. And point will go to Dasmarinas.
Batalyon asking for a touch on that block, but there was none.
8 points agad dito, and that will lead us to our very first technical timeout dito sa ating first set.
Only projects, plans, play, games! With Smart Only 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy. Simply reliable. For only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now!
Kick Mobile. Download the Kick app, choose your number, activate the eSIM, and own the country's first ever customizable mobile experience. Stay first in line for network priority. Kick Mobile. Download now.
Welcome back to the Maharlika Pilipinas Volleyball Association. Now, Binyan has a big opportunity to take the top spot as they face the undefeated Dasmarinas Monarchs today. Pero ayon sa team, hindi nila priority ang maging number 1. Ang goal nila ay makasabay sa performance ng kalaban at magpakita ng maayos na laro. Now, no pressure, but they do need to lock in. In preparing for this match, they focused on defense, knowing that the NU core has near-perfect offense. But in the absence of Domasig and Sabalios today due to academic responsibilities, now the challenge lies in the rest of the team to step up to continue their winning streak. Back to you, Nico and Pons.
Thank you so much. That was Fiona Bacani with our report. And 9-2 is our score here in our opening match of our Wednesday triple header.
Binyan showing some struggle at the start of this game, but it's good to see your top scorer, Tudlasan, break the DASMARINAS block.
Syempre, Pons, kailangan nila. They need her in this game as well. Especially if you are going up against an undefeated DASMARINAS team. Tudlasan coming off a solid game nung nakaraang laro nila.
This time it was Maaya, one of the, we could consider the veterans in the side of DASMARINAS. Good connection between her and Lamina.
Yeah. Si Maaya, no, very deadly from that front row. But an error there for DASMARINAS.
That's
Binyan gets another point.
But if you're Binyan, you'd want to score from your own offense, or not just really rely on the errors of the opponents.
Maaya through the blockers there. Digged up by Marsh. Oh. Unforced error for the Monarchs. Point ulit para sa sa Binyan rather.
Maaya a little bit over-eager. I think she was called for an overreach violation. When Binyan should take this opportunity to try and catch up.
Yeah. Bombita. Cafe. Goes to Tudlasan. That is too strong.
That was actually a good set. Tudlasan a little bit under the ball.
There, Cafe. Back to Tudlasan. Off the blockers. Tudlasan ulit. Drop shot. Maaya. Good block by Binyan. Marsh. Strong hit. Free ball. Chance for Binyan here. They go to Tudlasan once again. And that was a good play. Binyan connecting on their offense.
That was a long rally, very exciting exchange between both teams. But Tudlasan ending that one. Good effort for both teams, covering, really diving to keep the ball alive.
Like a Tudlasan now at the service line. She's been activated early para dito sa Binyan. Marsh! Oh, pure power from Celine Marsh.
Kita mo, ibabaw na ibabaw siya doon sa bola. Look at this replay. Great contact from Celine Marsh. Cafe could not do anything about that attack.
And this is what DASMARINAS has. Ano? We talk about, napag-usapan natin dito, Pons, yung depth nitong DASMARINAS Monarchs. And also itong Binyan, of course. But this is what makes it such a good match as Celine Marsh scores once again. You have both teams, ang gaganda ng rosters nila, very deep. And to have both of them facing off now, it really calls for good volleyball, especially na top 2 sila sa standings.
A while ago, we also saw Cafe featured. Take a look at this. Marsh and Cafe again. And Marsh for the second time in a row, just winning in that showdown. But we could also notice the absence of Domasig.
Yeah.
The setter, not only a setter, but also an offensive threat for the side of Binyan, a leader. So Cafe really has to step up.
A lot of people needing to step up, and for those of you not able to be with us at the venue, you could catch all the games live and free exclusively on pusupi.com. Your game, your community. Join now. That is powered by Smart, the official telco partner of the MPVA. Special thanks to our media partners, Smart Sports and Puso Pilipinas. Maraming salamat po sa lahat ng patuloy na sumusuporta at tumututok dito sa ating Mahalaga Pilipinas Volleyball Association. As we are nearing the end of the first round, and we are about to enter the round number 2. But these two teams here promise to bring us a spectacular match, both with 5 wins apiece, BINAN and DASMARINAS.
That attack by Villaflores, just like what Tudlasan did in her first attack off the block shot. You know that the blocking of DASMARINAS is strong.
Of course, Heart Villaflores, multiple time din naging Queen of the Court for BINAN. They'll look to activate her early on in this match. Pero nabanggit mo nga, Pons, no? Getting through the blockers of DASMARINAS. That is one of the big challenges here. One-two play. They go to Villaflores again. Good angle.
Villaflores very efficient in her stint in the front row. Kapapasok pa lang niya sa front row, but a few consecutive points shot away. Good wind-up and good change of direction.
Grabe yung angulo na yun, Pons, ano? To get it on that straight line. They go back to Villaflores. Marsh this time. Good dig. Salazar. Digged up there. Through the blockers, Celine Marsh is undeniable.
This time it was Celine Marsh giving BINAN a taste of their own medicine and off the block shot. Great approach, great target.
You know, they say no such thing as rust. Sharp from the get-go as Makasait this time checks in for Marsh. And Kate Makasait, another one of the key cogs for DASMARINAS, is now at the service line. Villaflores at the tip of the blockers gives BINAN another point.
Yes, Villaflores this time on the right side. Very efficient with her offense today. Usually she attacks from the left side, but this time at the right. Good target, and Mata not able to close that block perfectly.
Villaflores now to serve with 2 points in this match. Oh, quick answer for Mata. And that leads us to our second technical timeout. It is DASMARINAS up by 7.
Great connection between the two.
More action when we return.
Kick Mobile. Download the Kick app, choose your number, activate the eSIM, and own the country's first ever customizable mobile experience. Stay first in line for network priority. Kick Mobile. Download now.
Only projects, plans, play, game! With Smart Only 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy. Simply reliable. For only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now!
Back to live action here in Manny Pacquiao's MPVA. It is BINAN versus DASMARINAS. And we have Kayceline Punzalan, one of the key players para dito sa BINAN, and they'll need more of her today if they want to beat DASMARINAS.
She scored 9 points last game against Caloocan, 4 coming off of blocks. You look at that, 3 attacks, 4 blocks, 2 aces, scoring more blocks than attacks. This means that she's really a great presence in the net.
A lot of promise, no, para dito kay Punzalan. And they want to get her activated early on in this match.
Back to the DASMARINAS side. It was the 3rd time that BINAN has had an over-reception. And they're really capitalizing on that. Really eager and alert on the net.
And Alexa Mata now back at the service line, returning for DASMARINAS. One of the leaders for this primed up squad. Too strong on that one there.
That serve was too strong. Putting BINAN into double digits. For BINAN is still a winnable set. You could still catch up. But you have to make your own momentum and not just rely on the errors of Dasma.
Alam mo, nakausap ko si Coach Obed Ponce and he told me this game, especially against Dasmariñas, if they can pull off a win here, ang laking bagay talaga nila yun. Especially na may second round pa tayo. And if they could pull this one off, it would be a huge confidence boost for this young squad.
That's correct. Not only will it do wonders for their record in this conference, but also the confidence that you're gonna get, knowing that this team is made up of an NU core, which are UAAP champions.
Kaya if BINAN could pull off a win here, it would be big for them. But Bombita says otherwise. It is Maaya and Bombita, the Twin Towers. Block point.
This Dasmariñas wall proving to be a problem. That was Bombita's second block of the match.
Strong defense for the Monarchs. Tudlasan gets through the blockers that time. Drop shot. Good dig. But Maaya takes advantage. Good awareness.
Nakakailan na, more than 5 points already from those over balls.
Take a look at that. Yung offensive awareness ni Maaya dun, Pons.
Yes, and that ball was already quite far from the net pero naabot pa rin niya.
Yeah.
Good timing and more importantly yung direction kung saan niya dinala yung bola.
Kaya naman, napa-time out si Coach Obet dito. And if you're Coach Obet and the rest of BINAN, this is still a winnable set, nabanggit mga Pons. What would you want to see them improve on here in set number 1?
I think they're passing. As we mentioned a while ago, nakakarami na yung overpass nila na nagiging regalo for the side of Dasmariñas. So kung mabawasan nila yon and makapag-set up sila ng mas maraming plays, that would work wonders for BINAN.
Alright, let's see more of that in a bit. Pero ngayon, makinig muna tayo. Okay, Fiona. Fiona?
Dasmariñas remains undefeated, but today's game presents a major test. With multiple players out today in Cerneche, Dailisan, and Cantada who are in Bahrain to represent the Philippines. Some even have finals, and team captain Vangeline Sug is also out, recovering from jumper's knee. Now the team has been adjusting for the past few games, managing multiple challenges, but despite that all, the mindset remains strong. A win is a win, but even more important are the learnings and the growth. Now the coaches are calling on the rest of the team to step up, especially the middles, to make this game as smooth as possible. They are ready to take on any challenge, win or lose, but the ultimate goal is to get better every game. Back to you, Nico and Pons.
Thank you so much. That was Fiona Bicani bringing us the stories from the sidelines. Yun nga, a win is a win, Pons. I mean, hey, you have to take it. Pero syempre, knowing the standard of both of these teams, gusto mo pa rin higitan yun eh. As a coach, then you want to push your players to not be complacent.
Yes, that is correct. The winning tradition that you want to instill in your team, sobrang importante niyan. And yung binanggit ni Fiona na game by game, we should take this season game by game. So match per match, kailangan just focus on the present.
And at the present, it is Dasmariñas up by 12 points, looking to close out set number 1. Bombita off the blockers.
Bombita currently the top scorer for Dasmariñas with 5 points already, coming off 2 blocks. Take a look at this. Angling towards the right, yung mga kamay, yung arms ni Punsala na hindi nakapress. Kaya tumalsik yung bola.
2 more points until Dasmariñas takes set number 1. Digged up there by the Monarchs. Bombita with a drop shot. They go back to her. Napalakas siya doon. Oh no, it is a point for Dasmariñas still.
He was able to get a block touch from Padillon. Now they are at set point. And Bombita continues to be the main problem para dito sa side ng BINAN.
Good start for Bombita as they are at set point. Net touch there, and Dasmariñas will take set number 1. 25-10. strong start for the top seed in our group.
The dominant showing, and also for the side of Binyan, you could feel the absence of Domasig as a setter. But still, bilog ang bola, first set pa lang, a lot of things could happen and these coaches would definitely want to adjust.
Dasmarinas takes set number 1, set number 2 action sa ating pagbabalik.
Game! With Smart Only 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy. Simply reliable. For only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now.
Kick Mobile. Download the Kick app, choose your number, activate the eSIM, and own the country's first ever customizable mobile experience. Stay first in line for network priority. Kick Mobile. Download now.
Only projects, plans, play, game! With Smart Only 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy. Simply reliable. For only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now.
Kick Mobile. Download the Kick app, choose your number, activate the eSIM, and own the country's first ever customizable mobile experience. Stay first in line for network priority. Kick Mobile. Download now.
Here in Manny Pacquiao's MPVA, it is the Dasmarinas Monarchs that take set number 1 here in our opening match of our triple header. Tignan natin yung mga highlights doon. Strong start for the Monarchs.
For the side of the Monarchs, ang daming gumana, their aces, their blocking, yung attacks, also really challenging yung alam nating malakas na depensa ng Binyan. And on the side of Binyan, only Villaflores and Tudlasan scored more than 1 point. So it means that they have to really vary their offense and be creative when it comes to attacking.
Good news para dito sa Binyan Pons. It's still early. Meron pa tayong set number 2. But they're gonna have to find a way how to stop Bombita, Maaya, Marsh. All of them clicking early para dito sa Dasmarinas.
That is correct. Take a look at this. Five more attacks for the side of Dasmarinas and 4 blocks as compared to none. 3 aces as compared to none. And Binyan, they even committed more errors. So definitely, for the side of Binyan, mas kailangan nilang ibalik yung sistema nila. Even if Domasig is absent, they should step up and just show the smooth transitions that they've showed in the last couple of games. And for Dasmarinas, ituloy lang yung steady na laro and the firepower when it comes to attacking.
And if you're this Binyan team, Pons, I mean, you don't want to let that first set define you. We've seen them play better volleyball than that, and kaya sila top 2 sa standings. But of course, when you're going up against the likes of Bombita, Marsh, and Dasmarinas Monarchs, you're gonna have to really up your game to another level if you want to get the win.
Yes, that is correct. And we've also seen the second stringers of Binyan step up in their last games, especially against Marikina na sobrang daming players ang pinield in the coach. And they all contributed. So they have already proven that they also have a system, a very intact system na kaya makipagsabayan with Dasmarinas. It's just a matter of showing it today.
And to open things up, it is Sheena Cafe at the service line for set number 2. Nico Aaron alongside Pons Galvez and Fiona Bacani at courtside. Hinahatid po namin na aksyon dito sa ating Manny Pacquiao sa MPVA. It is another match day mula naman dito yan sa Marikina City. It is Dasmarinas and Binyan, our opening match here in our triple header. Dasmarinas, strong start. 25-10 score in our set number 1 as Binyan wants to tie things up. Salazar off the hands of the blockers. 2 straight points for the Monarchs.
You have to take note that it was Hardio who set up that ball for Salazar. And Salazar not wasting the opportunity. Take a look at that. Good set. Just clipping the line.
Lamina at the service line. Free ball. Oh, sharp attack.
Mata. That Lamina-Mata connection has already been brewing for a couple of years. That was a strong attack. Great timing from Alexa Mata.
Lamina to Mata, that classic connection. I wonder ilang kilometers per hour yung bola na yun, Pons. That went
Very
straight.
fast ball.
And Lamina this time with a service ace.
Lamina already scoring 3 service aces in this match. So far, BINAN has not found a cure.
Gamay na rin ni Lamina yung service line natin, ano, Pons? We've seen her in many previous matches. She's been scoring a lot from the service. Oh, a miscue there. 4 straight points for DASMARINAS.
That is not what you want to see. Simula pa lang ng set, but very unnecessary miscommunication errors. Coach making an early substitution and putting in Magaling.
Camila Lamina now with 6 points, 5 aces, and 1 attack. Good start for one of the leaders para dito sa DASMARINAS.
That was another case of Lamina's services dictating the rally. It's a very strong serve over received by BINAN, and when you get a free ball, you really have the avenue, the opportunity to do anything you want as a setter. All the options are available.
Kaya naman, napa-timeout dito si Coach Obet. And what a start here for DASMARINAS. Pero if you're BINAN, you know, we've seen the likes of Punzalan, Villa Flores. A lot of them could actually step up here. They've had a lot of amazing wins. So far, siguro yung communication lang nila, Pons, no, in this match. If they could work on that, they're gonna show us the BINAN they really are.
Yes, that's correct. Nung kaninang may mataas na bola na walang kumuha ng third ball, it was a miscommunication error.
Yeah.
It was a very savable ball. So yan, passing and miscommunications, yan yung mga kailangan nilang ayusin if they wanna catch up.
Alam natin, Pons, pag naayos ng BINAN yun, they're a team to be reckoned with. But they'll have to play catch up in this set as Lamina again at the service line. They go to Tudlasan. Salazar off the tip of the blockers. And that is another point for the Monarchs.
This time, it was given to the opposite. Kanina, Marsh, Mata. This time, Salazar. Look at this attack. Just targeting the left hand of the opponent. Lamina really doing a good job distributing her balls.
And Lamina making this service line her home. Her 7th straight trip here in this set. Oh, good drop shot there by Tudlasan. They go back to her. Oh, good dig! Just when you thought it was a point, and now it's a free ball. Salazar. Oh, what a conversion! Just when BINAN thought they had that point, DASMARINAS keeps it alive. And they take us to our first technical timeout of the set.
All smiles for the side of DASMARINAS. Take a look at that. Foot save by Hardyok. We have to credit her for that point.
Can someone put that on the highlight reel of DASMARINAS as we take you to our first technical timeout?
Projects, plans, play, game! With Smart Only 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy. Simply reliable. For only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now!
Kick Mobile. Download the Kick app, choose your number, activate the eSIM, and own the country's first ever customizable mobile experience. Stay first in line for network priority. Kick Mobile. Download now.
Welcome back to the Maharlika Pilipinas Volleyball Association. Stepping up to fill in Kat Domasik's shoes today, Sheena Cafe admits that she feels a little bit of pressure. Hindi ako usually sinasalang sa court, sabi niya, adding that she's always just observed and learned from her ate Kat's movements. But now it's her turn. Excited pero may onting kaba, sabi niya, knowing how tough it is to match Kat's skills. Still, Sheena sees this as her moment. Right now, it's her whole team rallying behind her and overwhelmed but determined she's ready to show her game and make her coaches proud. Kaya ko noon, mas kakayanin ko ngayon, sabi niya. Balik sa inyo, Nico and Pons.
Thank you, Fiona. Yeah, so, yeah, Sheena Cafe, you know, that's the beauty of the MPVA, Pons, ano? Ang dami nating players dito. It is a chance for you to showcase your skills. Not only for Binyan, but for players of all teams. If you get the chance to play, talagang gusto mo sulitin yung bibigay sa'yo na playing time ni Coach.
Yes, that's correct. As we see Celine Marsh with another strong attack.
And that was a power spike presented by Smart Power All 99 load now. Celine Marsh at the service line. Drop shot. Oh, solid block.
That was another block by Salazar, continuing her strong outing from the first set. And as you mentioned about Cafe a while ago, we have already seen her play a couple of times. And she's also a quality player na kaya rin gampanan yung role ni Domasic. So we hope to really see her orchestrate the offense successfully for Binyan today.
And speaking of successful offense, good point there para sa Binyan.
That was Abitria, who was also a top scorer in one of their previous games. And one of the rare times that the block of Dasmarinas was penetrable.
Tsaka yun nga, I mean, nabanggit nga ni Fiona kanina, for players like Sheena Cafe, malaking confidence boost din sa'yo, no? If Coach Obet calls on your name to actually step on the floor, especially against Dasmarinas, ibig sabihin nun, he believes in your potential. And it's a chance for her to really showcase that dito sa laban nila.
Yes, but so far it was Dasmarinas na gumagana yung playmaking nila Mina. Salazar, the receiving end of that set again.
Salazar now at the service line. Picked up there by Tudlasan. Lamina. Strong block. But good point for Austria.
That was another great shot by Abitria. She could be the spark plug that Binyan needs today.
Ito na, Pons, nakita natin slowly but surely Binyan starting to find their offense, getting the groove of how they really play. Tignan natin kung matutuloy-tuloy nga nila yan. And they do! Right on cue.
This time, it was not the perfect contact for Tira-Tira, but her height definitely helped her in that rally. And yes, we're slowly but surely seeing yung ball distribution ni Cafe na gumagana, the players being creative with their offense, and that's what they need.
No wonder, binibigyan siya ng playing time dito ni Coach Obet. She has been effective for Binyan. But so is that attack.
Salazar just continues to be very efficient today. In my unofficial count, she has already scored 6 points just in the second set, so half of the output from Dasmarinas is coming from her.
Eight-point is our deficit in this game. Make that 9 off that error.
And that error started from another shaky pass. And the trend continues for Binyan that they're unable to keep the first ball high enough for Cafe to set.
Back at the service line, Salazar. Service error there.
An unfortunate error, hitting Maaya in the head. Maaya still scratching her head till now. They're just laughing it off.
Knowing Maaya, kaya tanggapin yun.
Yes.
She's like, if I could hit a ball at 150 miles per hour, bali wala yung tumama sa akin ng bola na yun.
That's correct. This time it was Binyan with a good serve. Abitria.
Pero itong Binyan, Pons, looking good.
Yes, Abitria. Proving to be a good substitution.
Yeah. Another point, back-to-back points for Binyan.
Abitria with 2 consecutive service aces. And remember in their game against Quezon last October 10, she scored 16 points.
Wow.
She was also an off-the-bench player in that instance.
Ito yung mga tinatawag natin, Pons, na magic bunot.
Yes, that's correct.
And she's been doing well for Binyan, giving them a lot of momentum. Regalo, hatid dito. Strong hit. Binyan finding the rhythm.
You can see that Binyan is getting more confident.
Yeah.
As we progress into the second set, take a look at that. A much better attack from tira-tira, better contact. So mas gumagana na rin yung connection nila ni Cafe in the second set.
That Cafe to tira-tira connection. Tsaka sa front row, grabe deadly din to si tira-tira eh.
Yes.
Her height and that way of attacking. 4 straight points for Binyan. Kaya naman si Coach Reg ang napa-timeout dito para sa DASMARINAS.
Now, DASMARINAS committing errors, but also we have to credit Binyan for this run. They really worked hard for it, and yung binabanggit natin kanina na they should produce their own scores. Yun yung ginagawa nila, and that's why Coach Regine Diego called the timeout.
Of course, Coach Regine Diego, every set matters for this team. We've seen this DASMARINAS team fight for every set. Alam mo, Binyan is playing well, but ang isa ding maganda dito sa DASMARINAS Pons, no, they fight every set. Parang hindi sila relax.
Yes, and that's also the mark of a champion.
Yeah.
You never put your guard down. You always have the sense of urgency to win, yung no mercy mentality.
Oo. Like that game they had against Pasay. Just when Pasay thought they were gonna take set number 2 and Pasay played well, talagang DASMARINAS clawed back just to get that one. But let's see if they can survive. And just speaking of clawing back, that's what they do right there.
Bombita before the timeout committed an error, but this time,
and that was a power spike presented by Smart Power All 99 load now. Go on, Pons.
this time, bumawi siya. Before the timeout, she had an error this time. Malakas na palo through the block point for DASMARINAS.
Tsaka good note dyan, if you're Coach Reg, that's what you want to see coming off a timeout. But tira-tira has an answer.
That is when Binyan becomes a scary team to face. Pag gumagana na yung middles. Take a look at this. Tira-tira, another great contact. 2 blockers in front of her. She still scored the point.
And she is now at the service line. Marsh gets it through the blockers. Oh, good hit by Tudlasan.
Tudlasan this time with a strong down the line hit. And yes, the confidence of Binyan is definitely back. A good dig, Cafe, great shoot to the open. Great wrist action.
Quick answer though by Maaya.
That was a good way to stop the bleeding, to get their momentum back on their side.
Yeah.
A strong, quick attack. They were already in the left side of the court, but maganda yung distance nila from each other. Great timing and connection.
Maaya now is at the service line. Yung matawag natin, pampatay sunog. If you were DASMARINAS. Oh, off the blockers, back and forth we go. Point goes back to Binyan.
Binyan really being carried by Tudlasan in the past couple of games. And ngayon nakita natin, gising na si Tudlasan. And she's getting better sets right now as compared to the sets she's getting in the first frame.
Sheena Cafe, good serve there. Picked up. Free ball. They go to Marsh. Regalo ulit. And point will go to Binyan.
I think that was a late call. We heard the buzzer a while ago. Maybe it was a crossing violation. A late call from the side of DASMARINAS. And if you're Binyan, you'll accept that error. You're now just down by 2 points.
Yeah. A chance to take this set. Oh. Unforced error there. 3-point game. It leads us to our second technical timeout.
Only projects, plans, play, game! With Smart Only 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy. Simply reliable. For only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now!
Kick Mobile. Download the Kick app, choose your number, activate the eSIM, and own the country's first ever customizable mobile experience. Stay first in line for network priority. Kick Mobile. Download now.
Catch all the games live and free exclusively on pusup.com. Your game, your community. Join now. That is powered by Smart, the official telco partner of the MPVA. And special thanks to our media partners, Smart Sports and Puso Pilipinas. Maraming salamat po sa lahat ng patuloy na tumututok at sumusuporta dito sa Manny Pacquiao's MPVA. It is a beautiful Wednesday afternoon from here inside the Marikina Sports Complex. Nico Aaron alongside Tons Galvez and Fiona Bacani at courtside. We are bringing you this opening match of our Wednesday triple header. So far, it has been a back and forth affair. Binyan and DASMARINAS.
Both teams, we're seeing in the middle of this second set, mas dikdikan yung laban. They're really exchanging strong attacks.
Yeah.
And for the setters, maganda rin yung paggamit niya sa mga spikers nila, both with good distribution.
Lamina now back to her sweet spot. Good attack. And Binyan gets that point right back.
Manghubat replaces Punzalan in the second set, and so far she has scored 2. So it's good na the output from the middle blockers have increased in the second set. Mas malilito niyan yung depensa ng DASMARINAS.
Tudlasan at the service line. Lamina. They try that 1-2 play. Cafe. They go back to Marsh. Good attack. Another point for Celine Marsh.
That was a great attack by Marsh. Brought by an also excellent set from Hardio. Take a look at this. It's a jump set. He jumped before the attack line. That's why it was a legal set for the libero Hardio.
Celine Marsh, one of the key players para dito sa DASMARINAS. You know, Pons, I got the chance to speak with her one of the game days. Her first sport was actually badminton. Then napahilig siya sa volleyball because of her uncle. And I'm like, sabi niya, yung height daw niya was a big factor, and nakita natin sa game na to, she just enjoyed playing volleyball, and from then on, tuloy-tuloy na yung tiwala na binibigay sa kanya ni Coach Reg.
Yes, volleyball is definitely a sport na you would excel when you have height. But also for sure, she has transferred some of her badminton skills into this sport. Yung likse, yung alertness.
Cafe. Salazar. Oh, good shot selection there.
Salazar, di na niya kailangang mag-spike. All she had to do was toss the ball up into zone 2. Perfect placement.
Minsan, Pons, no, it's not about hitting that ball the strongest. Placing, you could even score on that.
Yes, and when giving free balls, kaya mo pa rin pahirapan yung kalaban
Yeah.
even if free ball lang yung binibigay mo.
But tira-tira there. Same spot, same result.
Tira-tira saying she's back in the front row. You're gonna feel my wrath again. She has scored 4 points already in the second set.
As Heart Villaflores checks back in for BINAN. They want to get her going also if they want to get back in this game. Strong hit. Another point for the Monarchs.
Bombita, it was Bombita who was the spiker in that instance. Set was far from the net, but nevertheless, good contact and good placement.
5 points away itong Dasmarinas from taking set number 2. Villaflores, digged up by Marsh. Back-to-back points for Bombita.
Bombita this time with an off-the-block shot. And it's really good to see Hardio really stepping up as a second setter because whenever the setters get the first ball, usually ang plano ng coaches ay ang libero ang magsaset. So nakakailan na rin na excellent sets itong si Hardio in this game.
Kaya naman, napatay matagal dito si head coach Obet ng BINAN. Really valuing the set number 2. They don't want this to slip away.
Yes, that's correct. The set 2 seems to be slipping away from BINAN. A while ago, it was just a 2-point lead. That was a great attack by Bombita. 2 consecutive points. This time, ito yung sinabi nating set ni Hardio. This time, it was a back set, so more technical, mas mahirap i-execute. But that's when you see na maganda yung sistema nitong team. Alam nila yung mga contingency plans.
Yeah. And speaking of contingency, the service line has also been part of their plan. Salazar, service ace.
Salazar almost nearing double digits in the second set alone. Really great contribution. Sabi niya kahit sa back row ako, kaya ko pa rin umiscore through my services.
That is out that time. BINAN now gets a point. I mean, BINAN is a solid team dito, Pons, but if you're gonna face a team like Dasmarinas, you do not want to go 2-0 heading to set 3. It's better if you take one set, maka-reset kayo ng set number 3.
Yes, as we mentioned, yung no mercy mentality nitong Dasmarinas. And they're applying it right now.
Lamina, 1-2 play.
Camila Lamina, her first dump ball successful point. Kanina it was her scores were from her aces, but this time surprising the defense of BINAN is Camila Lamina.
Itong IQ ni Camila Lamina has been on point in this match, capitalizing on the opening. Tudlasan, good attack there, giving BINAN another point.
It is still not impossible for BINAN. Especially ngayong alam na natin, nagising na si Tudlasan and the rest of her teammates. So, kapit lang that definitely if they continue their smooth transitions, we're gonna see a more exciting end to this second set.
Tignan na natin kung makakahabol dito ang BINAN. Dito sa set number 2. Maaya says otherwise, leading Dasmarinas to set point.
Si Maaya, she does not want this set to extend. She wants to end it right away. And Lamina really finding Maaya, and Maaya targeting the area where Tira-Tira is.
Serving for the set. Maaya, one of the stifling towers para sa Dasmarinas. Lamina chooses Cafe. They go to Tudlasan. Good block there. Picked up by Binyan. Too strong. And Dasmarinas with a solid 2-set advantage over Binyan.
That was a good long rally to end the set, but unfortunately it ended with an error by Binyan. Look at this. Tudlasan had a lot of attempts. Maybe she got a little bit tired in that rally, or a little over-eager. Na gusto niya nang lakasan yung palo.
25-18 is set number 2. Set number 3 when we return.
Fans, play, game! With Smart Only 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy. Simply reliable. For only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now.
Kick Mobile. Download the Kick app, choose your number, activate the eSIM, and own the country's first ever customizable mobile experience. Stay first in line for network priority. Kick Mobile. Download now.
Only projects, plans, play, game! With Smart Only 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy. Simply reliable. For only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now.
Kick Mobile. Download the Kick app, choose your number, activate the eSIM, and own the country's first ever customizable mobile experience. Stay first in line for network priority. Kick Mobile. Download now.
$25-10, $25-18, yan po naging talaan natin. After 2 sets dito sa ating opening match, it has been all Dasmarinas so far. Tingnan natin yung highlights dito sa set number 2.
Dasmarinas still won that set convincingly, but we have to credit Binyan for stepping up, giving Dasmarinas a fight in the second set. Ang daming spark plugs na gumana, but in the end it was still yung pagka-intact nitong Dasmarinas that gave them the set. But if you were Binyan, you have to be confident heading into the third set. You have already shown na kaya nyo makipagsabayan. And this time, the next goal is to win set 3 and extend the game.
Yeah. And if there's one team that can do it, it's Binyan.
Yes, definitely. You're not at the top of the standings for nothing. You have proven in this season. Look at that. Both reaching double digits in offense. Binyan with 11, but Dasmarinas still dominating with 17 and pretty much even in all the other statistics. So it's definitely onwards and upwards for the side of Binyan. That has to be their mindset. And for Dasmarinas, just consistency. Yun pa rin to still play their game, because so far it has worked yung system nila.
Yeah. Nakita natin dun, Pons, no, na nabanggit mga set number 2. Bright spot din naman yun sa Binyan. They may not have gotten that set, but they showed spurts of whether the top 2 seed.
Yes.
It's just a matter of continuing that heading into this set number 3. Tignan natin if they can push this to set 4.
And you can see them really playing more relaxed, and mas gumagana na rin yung mga scorers na hindi nakapuntos ng first set.
Yeah. And for those of you just joining us, you are watching us on the Puso Pilipinas website. And we are coming to you from here inside the shoe capital of the Philippines, the vibrant Marikina City. Nico Aaron alongside Fons Galvez and Fiona Bacani, our courtside reporter. Hatid namin sa inyo itong opening match of our triple header. It is Binyan and Dasmarinas.
Camila Lamina, 5 points already from her services.
Make that 6 points. Alam mo, itong service line has been the home of Camila Lamina. What is with the service line of Dasmarinas here in Marikina?
Yung kasing mahirap sa float serve, you can see the dip of that ball. It's really hard to read.
Yeah.
Because walang spin eh. Sometimes lumili ko pa yung mga float serves na yan.
Tutlasan. Good block there by Dasmarinas. Regalo. Sharp attack by Salazar.
Salazar, that was a different approach from Salazar. Sort of a slide approach, not her usual approach from the opposite Take a look at this. Parang pupunta siya sa gitna pero pumunta sa kanan. And a great deception from Lamina and the rest of DASMARINAS.
Salazar, one of the bright spots para dito sa DASMARINAS. Oh, scoring off that free ball.
Yeah, yung sinasabi natin kanina, even with free balls, kaya mong pahirapan yung kalaban.
Yeah.
Look at this. Actually, it was Villa Flores not in the position and not ready to get that first ball. Very easy ball to take.
Ayan, pinasok si Padilon dito. Lamina, third consecutive trip at the service line. Wow. Good point that time para dito kay Tira-Tira.
Yes. Yun yung maganda na natutuloy nila yung magandang execution in the middle. Look at this. Just the height and the timing of that tip. Good effort though for DASMARINAS, almost keeping that ball alive.
Tira-Tira playing with a lot of confidence for BINAN. Tudlasan, solid block though by DASMARINAS.
Good thing for DASMARINAS. They're noticing na since the second set, Tudlasan has been a consistent scorer. And this time, they say no. It was a good collaboration between Mata and Salazar.
Service ace para dito kay Celine Marsh. It has been a complete arsenal for the Monarchs.
So this is the same trend from the first and second set. Strong start para sa DASMARINAS. Another float serve.
Cafe. Set up. Marsh. Too strong on that one. Point goes back to BINAN.
Mars so far not really scoring from the back row attack, but we've seen her perform so well with that attack.
Tignan natin dito, Pons, kung makakabalik nga ba ang BINAN dito. Tudlasan with the serve. Free ball. And the offensive awareness para dito kay Salazar pays dividends.
That was already a good save from Padillon, keeping that ball alive even if she was near the antenna. Look at that. But Salazar ready. And Abitria just watch that ball pass.
Alexa Mata now to serve. Not that time. Point will go back to BINAN.
Early error. So in the in the start of this third set, BINAN, ayaw mo nang palakin pa yung lamang.
Yeah.
Because this is a do or die set for you.
If you're BINAN, ano, Pons, makaisa ka lang set, then you start from there. You build your confidence from getting one. Pero it has been Maaya and the rest of DASMARINAS cruising their way.
Look at this. Great quick attack. Lamina not really in the perfect position to set a quick, but good execution still.
And that leads us to our first technical timeout.
Fans, play, game! With Smart Only 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy. Simply reliable. For only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now!
Kick Mobile. Download the Kick app, choose your number, activate the eSIM, and own the country's first ever customizable mobile experience. Stay first in line for network priority. Kick Mobile. Download now.
Welcome back to the Maharlika Pilipinas Volleyball Association. Now, despite being undefeated so far, Sel Marsh remains grounded. Coming from the strong foundation of NU, she says their team plays with pride but never with complacency. Alam namin kung saan kami galing and we never underestimate any opponent. Now for Cell, the preseason is more than just games. It's a test of character and team strength. We respect every team and we respect the game, sabi nga niya. And she's also grateful for the trust placed in her by her teammates and coaches. Kasi kahit gaano kagaling ang isa, hindi naman mananalo kung walang teamwork, sabi niya. Everyone contributes and everyone works hard. And lastly, she says that kahit anong laban, magiging palaban kami, lagi para sa team. Balik sa inyo, Nico and Pons.
That was Fiona Bacani with our report. Yeah, speaking of Celine Marsh nga, one of the leaders para dito sa Dasmarinas. And that's the mindset you want, ano? If you're her and the rest of the Monarchs, Pons, don't be complacent. Kahit alam nyo, you're one of the favorites in this tournament. It's always about not being comfortable and striving to be better each game. For Celine Marsh, the forefront of that.
Yes, that's correct. They mentioned this is their preseason. Of course, their mother league is the UAAP. But they're donning the Dasmarinas name today and in this league. And we're seeing the same sense of urgency, yung palaban na mentality na itong Dasmarinas core. As we see an ace by Bombita. Everybody really serving heavy in this third set.
Another ace. The service line has been the friend of Dasmarinas.
Off of the 11 points of Dasmarinas, I believe 5 came from service aces in the third set. So that already speaks wonders sa quality ng service nitong team na ito.
That time, it's out though. It will go back to BINAN.
Too much juice on that serve, and BINAN has to capitalize on this, start building their own momentum.
Yeah, and we know this BINAN team is capable of really riding on their momentum and building on that. Pero Maaya stopping that momentum quickly.
So far, it's Maaya consistently being fed that ball by Lamina. Okay, look at this. Yung connection nila, ilang taon na rin kasi silang magkasama sa team, and it really shows.
Tsaka yung depth nitong Dasmarinas, Pons, ano, they're without Escanlar, without Alinsug today, and their young star Samantha Palanca also not in the game today.
Yes, and
yeah, very deep roster para dito. Samantha Cantada rather for Dasmarinas, very deep roster for the Monarchs.
It's a mix of today's actually a mix of ates and the youngsters. But it's still good to see na kahit sinong 6 yung nilalaro sa court.
Yeah.
They're very much in system.
It talks about the chemistry din nitong volleyball program ng Dasmarinas and the NU. But BINAN here looking to turn the tides. As that was a power spike presented by Smart Power, all 99 load now. They'll need more of that from Laika Tudlasan and the rest of BINAN if they want to get back in this game. Celine Marsh though says, let me answer back.
Dasmarinas is a very scary team right now. Very high efficiency. What is Lamina, great set. Marsh just parang kanina just above the ball.
Yeah.
Great contact. And, kahit dalawa yung blockers in front of her, yung paglihis niya sa palo niya, enabling her to get that clean point.
Another ace.
That was Mauricio. Kapapasok lang just to serve and defend.
Immediate impact.
Yes. That's another great float serve. Bumaba agad sa gitna ng court.
Back-to-back service aces for Dasmarinas.
Great serve by Mauricio. Napatawag ng timeout ang BINAN. Look at this. That time, medyo may spin yung bola, pero ang mali naman sa side ng BINAN, dalawa yung dumepensa. Nag-agawan sila.
And that leads us to our second technical timeout of the set.
Only projects, plans, play, games! With Smart Only 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy. Simply reliable. for only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now.
Kick Mobile. Download the Kick app, choose your number, activate the eSIM, and own the country's first ever customizable mobile experience. Stay first in line for network priority. Kick Mobile. Download now.
The games live and free exclusively on pusup.com. Your game, your community. Join now. That is powered by Smart, the official telco partner of the MPVA. Special thanks to our media partners, Smart Sports and Puso Pilipinas. Maraming salamat po sa lahat ng tumututok at sumusuporta dito sa ating MPVA. It is our triple header Wednesday. Mula dito yan sa Marikina Sports Complex. Nico Aaron alongside Fons Galvez and Fiona Bacani. As we bring you our first match between BINAN and DASMARINAS, our top two teams in the tournament so far. Solid block. Another block point for the Monarchs.
That was a really great show of discipline by DASMARINAS, and we can see BINAN slowly crumbling under the pressure.
Kaya naman, quick timeout agad ang tinawag dito ni Coach Obet. And itong BINAN rather, Pons, we know they've played much better than this. We know the capability and how good this BINAN team is. It's just today, every time nakita natin may momentum, may sagot agad itong DASMARINAS.
Yes, that's correct. They actually have played well nung second set.
Yeah.
Pero DASMARINAS played better.
Yeah.
Yan ang sasabi natin, just to summarize it. And mas gumagana yung opensa nitong DASMARINAS, and on the side of BINAN, hindi rin nila nare-receive kasi ng maayos yung services ng DASMA, kaya hindi sila makaset up ng opensa nila, which we know is very deadly as well.
Just DASMARINAS has been sharp on all cylinders. But that time, it is BINAN now looking to gain momentum here.
That's an example of a play that is caused by great reception. Nakakapag-produce sila ng combination play, and tuglasan ending that rally.
Oh! Ito yung pinag-usapan natin kanina, Pons. Even off the free balls, DASMARINAS has been able to score. As that was this game's community camp powered by pusup.com. Your game, your community. Join now. Our fans here in attendance, syempre, we are at the heart of Marikina City. This beautiful complex. Wednesday afternoon. As DASMARINAS here, 6 points away from sealing this match. Let's see if BINAN can find that comeback they've had in them. And that is a good start. Good last on another point.
That was a great block touch point by BINAN. That's one of the many ways that you could be creative. Alam mong maganda yung depensa ng DASMARINAS, so you have to be creative. You could use the fingers, the hands and the arms of the blockers to score points.
And that's what... Just a sharp attack by Mata at the front row.
Mata proving to have the connection regardless kung sino man yung setter niya. That was Mauricio to set up that ball for Alexa Mata. Just reinforcing yung sinasabi natin na yung sistema nitong DASMARINAS is very strong. Yung chemistry, kahit sinong anim mang ipasok, gumagana yung team.
And speaking of chemistry, Pons, nabanggit mo nga, in my conversations with Coach Reg, what she told me she appreciates about the program of NU then, the grassroots. From high school pa lang, sinasana na nila sa sistema ng volleyball, and that's why even up to now that they're seniors, they've grown into togetherness and that bond they share on the court, and nakita natin dito in this match.
Yes, that's correct. Yung system ng mga teams, but mas evident lang today ang system ng DASMARINAS.
5 points away from sealing the round 1 matchup against BINAN. Make that 4 points.
That was team captain Kagikla. I think she's playing setter today. Used to play as libero, but with Domasig not playing.
Oh, good connection there.
Yeah, I stand corrected. Kagikla would play as a defensive specialist rather, and Cafe would continue her setting duties. Ayan, that's one thing that they could capitalize. Parang dalawa yung libero mo sa court, Kagikla and Palalon.
That Cafe to Mangubat connection, that recent point.
Nagbabalasa na rin si coach with his roster.
Yeah. Hart Villaflores to serve. We go to Makasait, and she scores.
What made that point, that attack work for Makasait was the flick of the wrist. Just angling that ball towards zone 5. Look at that. Unable to control it was Palalon.
And whoever you put in this Dasmarinas team, whoever steps on the floor, you can expect solid contributions.
Yeah, I think we're correct. Kagikla will be doing setting duties. That was an error from Magaling. And yung mga pagbabalasa ni coach, so far it's not working as he hoped.
Napa-timeout na naman dito si Coach Obet, because he can sense Dasmarinas is 2 points away from taking this match. I mean, we've seen BINAN come back from larger deficits, but let's see if they could pull out a magic one in this one.
Yes, it's a 13-point lead. It's no joke. And coaches, pinapakalma lang niya yung girls.
Yeah.
Just hoping that he would see one last fight from his ladies.
Ang good news naman dito, Pons, if you're BINAN, it's only round 1. You're still top 2. You're in the top seeds heading into round 2. You want to learn from this if Dasmarinas does take this game.
That's correct. It's a long season. We're just gonna have the last day of the first round tomorrow. So definitely, ang dami pang laro. But of course, ang main goal ng players natin is, ng teams, is to reach the top 4.
Yeah. Service ace.
That was Abitria, our Spark Club from set number 2.
Good 2 points there for BINAN off the timeout. Let's see if that can help them build momentum to get back into this set. We go to Cepada. Magaling! Oh! Good point there.
The Dasmarinas bench celebrating that attack by Cepada. You could really sense that the team wanted her to score that point. Look at that. Kanina yung mga pala niya was cross-court this time, just placing it down the line to the delight of her teammates.
And now serving for the match is Maaya. A point away from giving Dasmarinas their 6th consecutive victory here in the tournament. Oh, good attack though by Tudlasan, keeping BINAN alive.
Tudlasan saying, not yet. They're still alive, but they have to play perfect. Talk about perfect. That was an excellent attack by Tudlasan, one of her strongest attacks of the day.
Alam naman natin yung capabilities nito ni Tudlasan.
She's actually averaging about 15 points per game, which is definitely the main woman for this team when it comes to offense.
Yeah. BINAN trying to stay alive here, but they got a long way to go. Let's see. Oh! 1-2 play, and that seals the deal. Dasmarinas handling business.
Mauricio ending the game for Dasmarinas. As a setter, it's also fun to score point, much more to end the game for your team. Excellent showing from Dasmarinas today. Take a look at this. We thought she was gonna set the ball, but no. She puts it back just on the second touch. Great. Great. Parang may mata sa likod.
And one thing with DASMARINAS, they may take the game seriously, but they also have fun.
Yeah,
They just love playing volleyball. And if you're BINAN, just put this behind you. You're still a solid team. We know this is still a top team in this tournament. A lot to learn and a lot to look forward to.
That's correct. Both teams really showed a lot of effort today, but it was definitely DASMARINAS na mas consistent. We know the capabilities of both these teams, and it's really exciting to see the next couple of games from them.
Post-game and more sa ating pagbabalik dito sa MPVA.
With Smart Only 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy. Simply reliable. For only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now.
Kick Mobile. Download the Kick app, choose your number, activate the eSIM, and own the country's first ever customizable mobile experience. Stay first in line for network priority. Kick Mobile. Download now.
Only projects, plans, play, game. With Smart Only 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy. Simply reliable. For only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now.
Kick Mobile. Download the Kick app, choose your number, activate the eSIM, and own the country's first ever customizable mobile experience. Stay first in line for network priority. Kick Mobile. Download now.
Only projects, plans, play, game. With Smart Only 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy. Simply reliable. For only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now.
Kick Mobile. Download the Kick app, choose your number, activate the eSIM, and own the country's first ever customizable mobile experience. Stay first in line for network priority. Kick Mobile. Download now.
Only projects, plans, play, game. With Smart Only 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy. Simply reliable. For only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now.
Kick Mobile. Download the Kick app, choose your number, activate the eSIM, and own the country's first ever customizable mobile experience. Stay first in line for network priority. Kick Mobile. Download now.
Nagbabalik ang Manny Pacquiao's MPVA. It is DASMARINAS taking a straight sets victory over BINAN. Here in our opening match, 25-10, 25-18, 25-13 is our score. Straight sets victory, solid performance for the Monarchs. At ito nga, ang napili nating Queen of the Court. Pons, sino ang napili mo?
We are choosing Salazar as a Queen of the Court today because she has scored a lot of points, but most of those points are from the second set. Yun yung set na dikdikan yung laban nila ng BINAN. So you could really see from this lady how she's stepping up for the team with the absence of Alinsug, Cantada, and definitely just a steady presence altogether.
At siya nga, she is with Fiona Bacani right now. Fiona, take it away.
Ayan, so kasama nga po natin ngayon ang ating Queen of the Court, none other than Pat Salazar. Pat, congratulations! Alam kong hindi naging madali ang past few games para sa inyo kasi ang dami rin sa inyong wala ngayon. So dahil dito, gaano kahalaga ang pag-step up mo at ng iba mo pang mga teammates, lalo na para sa ikapapanalo ng DASMARINAS?
Very important po yung pag-step up ng isa't isa kasi po nakakatulong po ito sa team and proud po ako sa isa't isa na kahit kulang po kami, nagpupursige po talaga sila na punan po yung kung sino po yung wala. And proud po ako sa isa't isa sa pag-step up po nila.
Ngayon naman, Pat, undefeated pa rin kayo so far. So what more can we expect from DASMARINAS, especially dito sa upcoming games natin sa MPVA?
Expect po na more polish pa po sa galaw po namin and improvements pa po lagi. And yun po.
Ngayon naman, Pat, meron ka bang gustong batiin ng mga nanonood sa'yo? Friends, family, supporters?
Binabati ko lang po yung mother ko po sa Hong Kong and families ko po sa Iloilo. Hello po, family Salazar.
Ayan, so thank you and congratulations once again to Pat Salazar and the rest of the Dasmariñas City Monarchs who are still undefeated here in the first round. Now that's all from us over here. Back to you, Nico and Ponce.
Thank you so much, Fiona. That was Jocelyn Salazar, our queen of the court, stepping up for Dasmariñas, leading them to the 6th win of the tournament. Solid ang pinakita niya dito, Ponce.
Yes, that's correct. Salazar really a steady presence for the side of Dasmariñas, and with their win.
And now here are your Smart Powered Up plays brought to you by Smart Only 5G. Only 85 pesos for 3 days. Download the Smart app and load now.
As we mentioned, with their win, they have solidified their position at the top of the standings. Yes, we still have 2 playing days at the end of round 1, but it seems like Dasmariñas would end the first round at the top. And it's a great showing for both teams, but this is not the outcome that BINAN wanted, given the momentum they've had heading into this game. In the first set, it was a very lopsided set, but in the second set, nakita natin, bumawi yung BINAN, gumana yung opensa nila, gumana yung middle attackers nila. As we see, tira-tira, Tudlasan and the rest of BINAN put up some fight in the second set.
Nakita nga natin, not to take any credit away from BINAN, Ponce. We know how good of a team they are. But just today, it's been too much to handle for them. Too hot to handle, I would say, Dasmariñas was for BINAN. Showing us complete arsenal. Kahit sinong pinasok ni Coach Reg, nagpakita.
Yes, that's correct. Everybody was activated and everybody stepped up to the plate. Kailangan sila ng team, and whenever their numbers are put up and whenever they're part of the roster of the 6 people playing in the court, napapakita nila yung chemistry that they have, talking about Dasmariñas.
And it's set number 3. BINAN gained some momentum, showing us sparks of the good team they are, but every time they thought they had it, Dasmariñas laging may sagot agad.
Yes, and yung mga emphatic attacks ng Dasmariñas really killing the momentum. Kung anong momentum yung sinasabi nating nabibuild ng BINAN, it was Dasmariñas still with smiles at the end of the rallies. Mas relaxed din sila and mas nakita natin yung enjoyment nila sa loob ng court.
Kaya naman, 25-10, 25-18, 25-13, straight sets victory for Dasmariñas, showing us their depth dito sa larong ito. At grabe ang pinakita doon. Pero tignan natin ating stats dito, Ponce, throughout the match.
The glaring statistic there is yung 6 blocks as compared to none, and yung 13 aces as compared to just 3 for BINAN. So Dasmariñas really banking on their blocking and aces. Nakita naman natin ang daming aces, and yung mga kung hindi man sila naka-ace, nakita natin na nagsa-struggle ang BINAN when it comes to reception. So that's definitely something that BINAN has to work on heading into their next game. Pero for Dasmariñas, they just have to continue playing well, playing almost perfect volleyball as they try to defend the number 1 spot in the rankings.
And a 6th straight win for Dasmariñas. Kaya naman mga kaliga, kapit lang kayo because up next we got more action for you. It is our match number 2 here in our triple header. It is the Caloocan AM Spikers taking on the San Juan Lady Knights. Dito po yan sa ating pagbabalik dito sa MPVA.